welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited because I finally get to share with you my Easter last minute DIY crafts with all of you. I have been working on these for a couple days now, but I wasn't so sure I was actually going to get to do this video. I had a bunch of people asking if I was going to actually do it, and I was like, I don't know, that might be kind of overloading myself. It's really crazy busy right now, but I was somehow able to pull it out, so hallelujah. But I'm really excited because these are all crafts. They're not really like arrangements, if you know what I mean. To me, a DIY craft is like an actual object, not just throwing flowers in something or just setting things out a certain way. To me, that's decorating and arranging, whereas this is actual craft things. They're actual objects that you can pack away as is, that you know, worked on and created and all that stuff. So yes, okay, that was a really unnecessary explanation, but anyway, you understand. I've got about 5 Easter spring DIY crafts to share with you. I'm really excited, and I want to give a shout out to anybody who does good quality craft video DIY videos, because like DIY craft videos, because a lot of work goes into these videos. Like, not only do you have to like take the pictures of all the supplies, then you got to actually film it, and then there's like, it's one thing to do a craft on your own, and then it's one thing to film you doing the craft. It's a lot of work involved, and then you gotta, I don't know, if you have to change like the lighting in the video, and then you gotta mute the video, and then you gotta like do your voiceover in the video, and then if you don't have enough space on your video, you have to do each craft at a time and then export it and then all put them together. Okay, unless you edit videos, that statement made no sense to you, so I apologize. But let me just say, there's a lot of work that goes into them, so mad respect to anybody who does good quality craft videos, because they're a lot of work. I totally understand. So that's why I was a little apprehensive about this video anyway, because I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough time to do it, and then have enough time for you guys to recreate them and all that stuff. So I know, I'm talking a lot, but I'm really excited because I love all of these. One of them I made, and I was like, I'm not gonna have enough time to do a DIY video, I don't need to do it. And then when it was like so requested, I was like, fine, I'll just do it. And I was like, but I love that craft, but I didn't film it, so I'll just recreate it, make a second one. So I made a second one, gave it to my mom, not a big deal. But I kind of talk about that in the video as well. So, okay, that is all I think I have to tell you at the beginning of this. Oh, yes, before I forget, hold up. If you guys do decide to recreate any of these crafts, I would love to see your creations. So if you're on Twitter or Instagram, definitely hashtag crafting with Lauryn and tag me. My Instagram name is just at Lauryn Nicole Gardner, and then my Twitter and Snapchat, they're at Lauryn N Gardner. I'll have them all listed right here. So if you're not already following me on there, definitely do so and tag me and hashtag it. I would love to see your guys' creations. But unfortunately, if your account is on private, I cannot see your photos or like them or comment or anything like that. So if you do decide to post a picture, definitely unprivate it or something, and then tag me, and then that way I can see it, and then once I like and comment, then you can put your page back to private if you want to. So yeah, so that's what I want to tell you, because if your page is on private on Instagram, I can then not see your photo. So yes, there's your explanation. But I'd love to see your guys' recreations if you do get a chance to recreate them. I know we're a little close to Easter, but that's why I decided to make it a last minute easy DIY craft video. Okay, that's enough. I've had enough of this. You guys probably had enough of this. So that is all I think I have to tell you at the beginning of this video. If you enjoyed it, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's just get into my Easter DIY crafts. So for our first DIY, we're going to be recreating a suggestion that I had on one of my haul videos. I bought this adorable little bag at Target, and my subscriber named Cat Liz Wheel had suggested that I make the canvas bag into a pillow, since I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with it. So basically, you're just going to need this bunny canvas bag from the Target dollar spot. It was $3. You're going to need some scissors, a hot glue gun, some ribbon, and some polyfill, which is just batting and stuffing for pillows. All right, so let's get started. So to begin, you're just going to start by cutting off the straps on the pillow. It's just very simple. Just cut it, snip it, and then flip it over and do the other side. You are going to want to have some sharp scissors because it is thick canvas. And then I know this part is a little like out of focus and blurry, but basically we're just going to glue part of the ear to match the left ear. And so you're going to take the edge of the right ear and glue it not fully in half, but you'll see like a little spot before like the main fold and seam begins, and you're just going to kind of glue it together right on the inside of that ear. You'll see right here, see how I don't fold it and glue it completely in half. You just go like towards the middle, and then it creates the nice little floppy ear. You will see that there is like a little crease in the ear, and that's exactly where you want to glue it to. And then once you get that one little corner glued, you're going to begin stuffing the bag. I found that this step and process works best, to glue that ear first, so then you kind of know what your pillow is going to look like as far as if it's equal on either side. And so this spot you can definitely just add however much batting and stuffing that you want. It's totally up to you. And then you're just going to start gluing little sections from left to right. So I'll do like one section, then I'll move over to the left side, and then do that section, and then I'll move back over to the right side. So I kind of just alternate on adding hot glue to either side of the top little seam, and then kind of hold down each side, because again, it is canvas, it is thick, so you kind of got to hold it for a second and just make sure that it actually adheres to the glue. And then when you get to the middle, you're just going to kind of glue it, so that the sides are touching. And then you're going to have this little extra spot in the back. You're going to glue that together, hold that down, make sure that it's actually, glued so no batting comes out. And then you're going to add a little glue to the back and then just glue it down so that you don't have the little fold sticking out at the top. So that adds that, and now you have your little bunny pillow. And then I wanted to add a bow at the top just to make it more fun and girly and, definitely happy. So I made a bow out of pink ribbon and I just glued it to the top. I think it turned out so cute. I'm literally obsessed with this. I had so many subscribers and comments saying, make the bag a pillow, make the bag a pillow. And so I was like, okay, I guess I can. We'll figure this out and see how it goes. So I kind of just started playing around with it and it worked. So like I said, I'm very happy. I love the bow. I think it looks really fun and adorable. You could definitely do more than one, but to be honest, it just adds a nice, fun touch to your decor. I did add it on my bed, and so it looks really cute mixed in with all of my other bed pillows. I don't know, looking at it just makes me so happy. When I bought the bag, like I said, I had no idea what I wanted to do with it, and so making it into a pillow, one of my favorite decor things, is definitely a good choice. Okay, so let's move on to the next craft. So for our next craft project, you're going to need this giant pink egg. I actually got it at Target in the dollar spot, and it was only $1. And then you're going to need some gold sequins. And then I found this really cool ice cream bowl at HomeGoods, and to me at first it looked like a giant egg cup. I don't know, maybe it's all the Easter in the air, but that's what it looked like to me at first. And I was going to buy just 2 of them because I only had 2 eggs, but then my mom said, well, why don't you buy all 4 just in case you ever wanted to actually use them as ice cream bowls? And I thought that was a brilliant idea. And so like I said, they are from HomeGoods, and they were about $3 or $4.99. And then you're going to need your hot glue gun, some ribbon, and a toothpick. All right, let's get started. So to begin, it's very self-explanatory. You're just going to add a tiny dollop of glue to the back of your sequins and then begin just adding them all over the egg. I definitely suggest having a TV show on or a movie or something that you can do and watch while you're actually doing the craft, since it is kind of tedious and does take a little while, I will admit. But basically, I would take my little toothpick here and there if I had some of the glue pop out from the middle of each sequence. Now just kind of use my toothpick and just kind of pick up the little excess glue that was popping out. And then I just repeated the step over and over and over again. And you can use whatever size sequence you want. You can use whatever colors you want, but I'm a pink and gold girl, so this is definitely what I was looking for. And I am obsessed with how it came out. It was really easy, but it did take a lot of time. And then I just took my ribbon and tied a bow around it. And you kind of have to have help from somebody else getting this, like holding your ribbon while you tie the bow. But basically it's very simple, very straightforward, like I said. And I just literally fell in love with this. It wasn't something that I had planned to like so much, but I really like how it came out. And then adding it at the, with the little ice cream bowl just made it that much more cuter in my opinion. But the egg is meant to stand on its own, so you don't have to have the bowl at all. It will stand all by itself. So that's the neat thing about the Target dollar spot. They always have fun new items, and I just thought it turned out really cute. So for our next DIY Easter craft, when I was in the Target dollar spot, I found these really cool packages of cardstock bunnies, and there were 4 colors in each package. 4 colors and 4 of each color, if that makes any sense. But I only liked the pink shade, and so I picked up 2 packages, so I had a total of 8 pink bunnies between the 2 packages. And then you're just going to need a package of pom-pom balls, and then some ribbon or yarn or whatever you want to use, some tape, and that's actually double-sided sticky tape. You don't want double-sided sticky tape, just regular tape will do. Then you're going to need some scissors, and then I grabbed my gold glittery puff paint, and you're also going to need your hot glue gun. And I know this video might seem like it's being sponsored by Target. It is not at all. I wish it was. Like I've talked about in my haul videos, I've been to far too many Targets this season to hunt down a couple items. I've been to at least 6 Targets, and for some of them I went multiple times. So that is why I have a lot of stuff from the Target dollar spot. But anyway, let's just get into this craft. So we're going to be making a banner with our little bunnies, and so you're going to decide how many bunnies you want on your banner. I always like to do things in odds. It just looks better in my opinion. And so I decided I was going to go with 7 bunnies, so I needed just one less bunny. I did have 8 between the 2 packages. And then I decided I wanted to do a little gold glittery bow on 3 of them so I can alternate between the white and the glitter. And so this clip right here is just me going in with my gold glittery puff paint and just adding a little bit of glitter to the bow that is already on each bunny. I apologize that this clip is out of focus. I had no idea until I went back and was editing and I was like, what is going on? But basically, once you get your little bows glittered, you're going to let them like dry overnight. And then in the meantime, I went in with my hot glue gun. You can use just regular craft glue. I didn't have any of that in my house, so I just used my hot glue gun and I just proceeded to hot glue the little pom-pom bunny tails on the back of each bunny. And so it's very simple. You just add a little dollop of glue and literally press it down on the little bunny. Very self-explanatory, very, very easy. And then while I did the other 4 white bowed ones, I also went in and did the tails for the gold glitter bowed ones as well, so that the glitter could just dry overnight. And then when I would go to attach it on the ribbon in the morning, that the tails were already on it, since it didn't really matter. So yeah, definitely leave enough time for the puff paint to dry, otherwise it's going to smear and get everywhere. So that, like I said, is very self-explanatory. And then you're just going to kind of lay out your bunnies on how you want them on your ribbon. Definitely measure your ribbon. I'm actually just using yarn. I had purchased the yarn originally to do my own little yarn pom-pom butt tails for each bunny, but I did not like how they turned out. So yes. So as you can see right here, I am taking my piece of tape and cutting it in half. You don't need a huge piece of tape, but I flipped over my bunnies and I added, or I taped the ribbon or the yarn to the back of each bunny. And as you can see, I wanted the ribbon up pretty, or I keep calling it ribbon, the yarn up pretty high. So I glued it right to the bottom of each of the ears. And so it looks really cute. It goes white bow, gold glittery bow, white bow, gold glittery bow, white bow, you know, so on and so forth. So this is what it looks like, and there's my cat keeping me company while we were crafting. But basically, I just love how this craft turned out so much. I think it looks really, really cute hanging up, and as you can see here, I have it hanging on my mirror in my room. And so you can do however many bunnies you want. You can use whatever ribbon you want, whatever colors you want. It's totally up to you. But like I said, a lot of my decorations are pink, gold, and white, and so I thought this was a fun mix of all 3 colors, and it was just a little bit different than the banner that I had last year hanging in my room. So okay, let's move on to the next craft, even though I'm obsessed with this one as well. So for our next DIY Easter craft, this one is going to take a little bit more patience and a little more time. But basically, you're just going to need a bunch of plastic Easter eggs. These ones are from Dollar Tree, and I don't necessarily recommend them. They're not that great of quality, but you know, they did the job. So I had about 3 packages that were this size, and then I had 2 packages of these small mini eggs. And then you're going to need a bunch of spray paint, as you can see here. I found that the Rust-Oleum spray paint worked a lot better than the Krylon spray paint. A lot of trial and error went into this. So basically, you're just going to need the Rust-Oleum paint and primer, and so it is white, obviously. And then you're going to need a glossy white, some gold spray paint, and some pink spray paint. You don't have to choose these colors. You can do whatever colors you want, but then you're also going to need a clear sealant spray. And I do not recommend the Rust-Oleum clear sealant spray. I definitely recommend the Mod Podge sealant spray. My store was out. That's why I decided to try this one out, and I'm just not a fan. You're also going to need some spray adhesive. This is from the 3M brand. You're also going to need some gold glitter or whatever glitter color you want, a hot glue gun, some hot glue sticks, some toothpicks, and a couple paper plates. And I forgot to include my wooden chopstick in this supply photo. You're going to need just a wooden chopstick. I know it is so random, but trust me when I tell you it's going to come in handy. All right, now let's get started with this craft. So to begin, you're just going to start by laying out all of your eggs, and you're going to open them up so they look like this. And you're going to lay them out on a tarp or a paint drop of some sort. This is my paint drop. You can see it's very well loved in some spots. It's got a lot of paint. And as you can see here, here are the mini eggs. And so you're just going to literally set them out like this and begin using the paint and primer, Rust-Oleum paint, to give the eggs a nice base coat, basically, because they're all different colors, and we don't want that interfering with the colors that we are choosing of the spray paint, as you can see, the gold and the pink and whatnot. So you can kind of see I have some of the gold ones sprayed off to the left side, but I am just going in with my next set of eggs and just giving these ones also the paint and primer base coat. It is a very tedious process, and your finger might start to hurt after a while, so if you want to invest in one of those little nozzle handle things, you can, but I've never purchased one, so I don't know how well they work. Just know that this is going to take a little bit of time and a little bit of patience, and you're definitely going to need to do this in a well-ventilated area. As you can see here, I have a lot of eggs, and this is just just a portion of them. I do have a large apothecary jar that I'm planning on filling with all of these eggs, and so that's why I have so many. So once your base primer coat has dried, you're going to go in with your selected colors, and you're going to give them a nice even coat. This takes about 2 coats to do. I only filmed doing 1 coat of each color, but it does take 2 coats. And when you do the second coat, definitely flip your eggs around so that you make sure that you have every inch covered in your color of choice. So as you can see, I did the pink just now, and then there was the gold. Now I'm going in, doing the mini eggs, and same thing. When you do the second coat, definitely flip your eggs around because there are spots on the other side that I definitely missed, and having the 2 coats definitely helps. Promise. I promise, I promise. I know it seems tedious and I know it seems like a lot, but trust me when I say that they do turn out really, really nicely. And the reason, and as you can see here, it doesn't really look like I'm doing anything because I am spraying white on white. It is the glossy white over the white primer, and trust me, that is necessary. So now I'm going in with my pink again, doing my mini eggs, all that fun stuff. Same thing over and over again. I was going to say that I kind of regret using the Dollar Tree eggs because they have these large funky holes. I know all eggs have the little holes at either end as far as the plastic eggs go, but these ones just seem to be a little bit cheaper than like the regular eggs from Target or Walmart or places like that. So I do regret using the Dollar Tree ones, but I'm still happy with how they turned out, to be honest. So once your eggs have dried, I decided I wanted to glitter some of my gold ones. So I went in with my spray adhesive and gave it a nice coat of spray adhesive. And here's where the chopstick comes in. You're going to very carefully lift your egg from your spray plate onto your glitter plate and douse it in glitter. Trust me, you're going to want to douse it because there will be spots that you will miss, and I promise. And then once you get glitter on it, you're going to set it on another plate to dry and then put all of your extra glitter back into your glitter container so that you can reuse it or recycle, all that fun stuff. And then you're just going to repeat the step for the smaller ones if that's what you so decide. So here's a little baby mini egg, and I'm again using my chopstick with I actually forgot to add a little extra glue on that one. And doing the same step, repeating and just dousing it in the glitter, picking it up very, very carefully, and then proceeding to transfer it over to the dry plate. And then obviously recycling all your glitter. And then once your eggs have dried and the adhesive glitter has dried or whatever, spray adhesive and glitter has dried, you're going to go in with your sealant spray and give it a nice coat so that the glitter does not fall off and flake off. Like I said, I do not like this Rust-Oleum clear sealant spray. It just leaves a really weird finish, and so I did not like it whatsoever. But basically, moving on, once the sealant has dried, you're going to go in with your hot glue gun and just add a little layer of glue around either side of the egg, and then you're just going to squish it together. And then I took my toothpick and sort of cleaned up any of the extra glue that just decided to, seep out of the sides. So this is what my apothecary jar looks like after all the eggs have been glittered and just thrown all together, mixed in with the pink and the gold glitter and the white. I just am still in love with how this turned out. I would like to try doing this craft on better quality eggs just to see how they turn out, but I'm still very, very happy. I love it. I think it looks so cute and so chic, and it's definitely something that you don't see every single day. They're not your run-of-the-mill Easter eggs. Okay, let's move on. So for our next DIY Easter craft project, we're going to be making our own custom birdhouse. And I actually made this craft before I filmed this video. It was going to be my one and only Easter craft that I worked on this year, and I really liked how it turned out, so I decided that I would add it to my DIY video. So I found this really cool birdhouse from Walmart. It was only $2 or $3, and I know other craft stores sell very similar products as well. You don't have to use just this one. But you're also going to need some spray paint, whatever color you want. I decided to go with the Krylon. I believe it's called Ballet Slipper Pink. I've used it for a lot of projects. Then you're going to need some Mod Podge, and then I decided I wanted to do glitter on it as well. So I have my gold chunky glitter, or you could also use gold sequins, whatever one you want. Then you're going to need a sponge brush and some clear sealant spray, and like I mentioned in our last craft, I do not recommend the Rust-Oleum clear sealant spray. It was the only one my store had. They were also sold out of the Mod Podge one. That one is my favorite, so I definitely recommend that one. Okay, anyway, let's get started with this craft. And so to begin glamming up our little birdhouse, you're going to need to set it on a paint drop or a paint tarp of some sort, and just begin by spraying whatever color you want on it. This is my pink Krylon ballet slipper pink spray paint or whatever it's called. And like I said, you are going to want to do this in a well ventilated area as well because the paint can get very strong. And I actually ended up doing about 2 or 3 coats on my birdhouse. I just did not film every single one because it's a very self-explanatory step. And then once it was dried, I went in with my Mod Podge and gave the roof a nice even coat on either side and proceeded to dump my gold glitter chunky glitter all over and create a gold glittery roof. And you can use the sequins for this and do like a shingle design, but I just decided to be easier and quicker to do the glitter as I am doing right now. And make sure you do the front of your roof and it'll look really cute as well. So again, I'm just dumping the glitter all over it and then flipping it over, tapping it off, and recycling all that glitter. So then I decided I wanted to glitter the base as well. And so I went in with a more detailed paintbrush and my Mod Podge and would just kind of do like side by side, you know, edge by edge, because it was just easier and not as overwhelming and there wasn't, you know, Mod Podge everywhere and glitter everywhere. So I did the front, added the Mod Podge, and then added the glitter, dumped it off, and then repeated the step for every single side and then fixed up my little edges as well. So now I'm moving on to the left side, doing the same thing, Mod Podge on the little paintbrush, and then pouring the glitter as well. Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks really cute and definitely adds a different glam element to the birdhouse. I know it's just a birdhouse, but after all, we are talking about Easter decor and why not make it fun and pastel, and I just love gold and pink together, so I just wanted to make it a very glam birdhouse. So as you can see here, I am going in, doing the backside again with my paintbrush and making sure I have all my edges, and then fixing and pouring on the glitter. So like I said, it's not really tedious. It actually goes pretty quickly, to be honest. And then now I'm doing the right side of the house. Again, very same thing. And then don't forget to do your edges, because trust me, it looks a lot cuter when you do those edges as well. I tried it. It does not look so great without it. So very easy, like I said, pouring it, tapping it off. And then I wanted to glitter the little pedestal as well. Oh, there we go. Fix another spot. Fix another couple spots. There we go. So like I said, I wanted to do the little pedestal. So this is going to take a little bit more patience because you don't want to get glitter actually on the house. Otherwise, the glitter will stick to the house. So did it, tapped it off, and then I went in with just a plain paintbrush that had no product on it and just proceeded to dust off all of the extra chunky glitter that was just hanging out anywhere. And so yeah, just make sure it is all off because it's going to be very necessary for this next step where you're going to be sealing in the glitter. So that's why you don't want any extra glitter anywhere on the house that it's not intended to be on. So I am using the Rust-Oleum clear sealant spray, but I do not recommend it. I just like the finish of the Mod Podge a lot better. And so yeah, so I went in, and once it's dry, you now have a very glamorous birdhouse. Like I said, I'm very obsessed with this. As you can see, I did not do the edge on the back. I realized that when I was editing, I was like, how did I skip that? So maybe I'll go in and add it. But I really, really like how this turned out. This is the second one I did. The first one I have in my room, and then this one I just decided to give to my mom because I did not need 2 pink houses. But I do love it. I still think it's adorable, and what bird would not want to live in this glamorous little pink and gold birdhouse? Okay, that is all. Let's close this video out. So that is all I have for this video. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching. Like I said, I wanted to make these crafts a little bit easier than like my Christmas and Halloween ones. Those ones were a little bit more intricate and difficult. These ones are more of like easy, last minute crafts since we are cutting it a little close on Easter. It's like right around the corner. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know which one was your favorite. And like I said in the beginning, if you decide to recreate any of these, I would love to see your recreations. And if you post them on social media, hashtag them with crafting with Lauryn. And then tag me in it. And if your page is on private, like Instagram, if your page is on private, and I think Twitter too, definitely tag me in it or unprivate it and then tag me in it, and then I'll go and like your photo, and then you can put your account back to private or whatever. But I really, really want to see your guys' creations because I had so much fun doing all these. They were pretty quick. I think I filmed these in about 2 or 3 days, with the exception of the eggs. Those ones were a little bit more difficult. But I think that's all I have to tell you guys right now. If you want to follow me on my social media links, I will have them linked, or, you know, right here at the bottom. You'll see them. And then I also wanted to tell you guys that I filmed a room tour Easter edition. Room tour Easter Decor Edition. So pretty much I went around, filmed all of my decorations, talked about them, all of that stuff. A lot of them were in my haul videos as far as this year's decorations, but I did film that video. So if you want to see how I displayed all of these crafts and all that fun stuff and put them together with all my other decorations, definitely stay tuned. Keep your eyes out for that video. I don't know when it's going to go up. I did film it today, but like I said, I'm not really quite sure. It might be up the day after this one, or it might be up 2 days after this one. So yes, if you're not already subscribed, definitely subscribe. That way you'll be notified when I post that video. And if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up. Oh my goodness, I feel like my brain is moving faster than my mouth. So I don't know. I apologize. I know I'm probably like all over the place today. This season, let me just tell you, this holiday, April, Easter, spring season has been literally insane. I feel like I have just had so many things to do because right now all of my like decor colors are out, like pink and Tiffany blue. So I feel like I've been filming so many haul videos. But this is my time to buy my decorations and home decor and stuff like that because all my colors are out in stores. So this is like my time to capitalize on that and swoop up all of the fun little goodies. So yes, I'm glad I finally was able to do a craft video different than my gajillions of hauls that I've already done. So I apologize for all those, but I am also sorry not sorry because you guys want to see what's out there too because we all have the same interests. So, okay. I think that's all. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I always feel like I'm forgetting something. Let me just think for just like 1 second. Nope, can't think of it. Anyway, okay, if I remember something, I'll put it down in the description box below. Always check the description box because when I'm editing it and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot to tell them that one thing, I'll put it in the description box. Always check the description box just in case I forgot to tell you guys something. But yeah, I think that's all. Like I said, I always say I think that's all because I think in the moment that that's all. But that is all I have for you guys today. I really, really hope you enjoyed. Again, let me know which one or which craft was your favorite. I would love to know, and I'd love to see your recreations again. Yep, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Like this video if you liked it. Share your crafts with me on social media because I'd love to see them. And that is all about all that I have. Oh my god. Happy Easter. I will see you guys all very, very soon. And yeah, that is all. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.